Hello, welcome to my session. My name is Helena More, and today I will be speaking on dealing with uncertainties. However, before we continue, let me briefly introduce myself to you. Some of you may have met me before. Some of us are meeting for the first time. So I'm Helena More. I'm a media and business development consultant, and I'm also an entrepreneurship and innovation scholar. As you can see, I do a lot of things, and one of them is teaching at the Pan Atlantic University. I'm also a budding entrepreneurship broadcaster, and I currently anchor a radio program. I speak at various forums, and I'm a board member at different organizations, including publicly listed companies like Staco Insurance Company. And I have a wonderful son who is 13. I'll tell you a bit more about him as we go along. So we'll be talking about dealing with uncertainties, but one thing is clear: there is nothing certain but the uncertain. And we have a lot of examples to show us. From last year, when we entered the lockdown for COVID-19, nobody knew it was going to go on for so long. And we are still feeling the effects of it. So one thing I want us to know is that there will always be things that we cannot control. So what is uncertainty? What is uncertainty? What does it mean when you hear people talk about uncertainty? Reflect. You can pause and have a conversation during this period. What does uncertainty mean to you? What does it mean to you? When you hear uncertainty, what does it mean to you? Uncertainty have been defined in different ways, but I'll use these terms for the purposes of our meeting. Uncertainty implies a situation where future events are unknown. And I'm sure that these are some of the things you've already mentioned. There is uncertainty when you don't know what will happen in the future. We can predict, we can plan, we can estimate, but we really do not know what will happen in the future. So in all decisions we make as human beings, there's always something that you and I will not know. We know that we have plans for tomorrow. We have plans for this evening, but do we know what will happen this evening? We don't know. Okay, so there are things that you will never ever know in advance. But is it something you should worry about, or something you should plan for, or something you can actually thrive in? Come with me as we go on this journey. Next, Mandela says, after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. For me, this is how I see uncertainty. There are so many things that will happen that we don't know. So if you won one battle today, know that there's another one tomorrow. How it will come, we don't know. I plan to be in Enugu, but some things happened and I had to adjust. And here we are having the summit, and I'm having my presentation. So there would always be uncertainties. There would always be things that could happen that you didn't plan for, that you never knew would happen. Can you think, what did you plan and what happened? Was there a time in your life when you planned for something and all of a sudden things changed? That's uncertainty for us. So how come we always feel depressed or anxious or angry when things don't go the way it's supposed to be? Why? Again, we can have a conversation around this. I am working with a framework that says there are 7 things that we worry about. Now, of course, there are a lot of things to worry about, right? But I want to work with just these 7. And number 1 for us as women is our family. We worry about our husbands, our children, our relatives. I mean, there are some people who are still carrying their brothers and sisters, even though they are adults. There are some people who are still carrying their children, even when they are adults. We worry about so many things. For those of us who are not married, we worry about, hey, when will I get married? What kind of man will I marry? Where will he come from? There's so much to worry about. Worry about our friends. Do they like us? Are they okay? When your friend has a problem, it's your problem. You worry about the things you have to do with your friends. We worry about our foes, right? The bad belly people. There's so many people out there that we don't know their true feelings towards us, but we worry about them anyway. We worry about the future. What will tomorrow bring? I don't know. And there's a song that says, Que sera, sera, whatever will be. You can sing that song, I know. So we don't know what tomorrow will bring. We worry about it. You have a sick child, you don't know if the child will be okay. You have a sick husband, you don't know if he's okay. You yourself, you have some ailments, you don't know what tomorrow will bring. We hear about so many things, you begin to project it on yourself. We hear there's cancer, begin to worry about cancer. Hey, let me not have cancer, let me not have this. There's so many things we worry about tomorrow. We worry about our feelings. Do I still like this person? Oh, I love this person does not love me. I care about this person does not care about me. We worry about so many things. We worry about our finances. Raise your hand if you don't have any financial worries. We worry about it. Whether you have or you don't have, we worry. Some of us don't have, and we just worry, where am I going to get my next income? Where am I going to get my next money? Hey, I have this responsibility. Oh, school fees is coming. Oh, I'm going here. I have to do this. I have to take care of my parents. I have to take care of this person. I have to take care of myself. Oh, I would love to have this. Finances have been defined to be one of the major causes of separations in marriages. Even in relationships, we worry about finances. So how are you worrying about your finances? What are you thinking about your finances? For those who have a lot, they worry about preservation. Oh, I have this amount. I don't want it to finish. I won't touch this. I won't touch that. I have this gold. I have that. It's interesting. Whether you have or you don't have, you're worrying about finances. So we worry about a lot of things. We worry about fitness. Am I okay? Is my health in order? Am I mentally okay? Am I physically okay? As women, oh, my womb, oh, my breast, oh, my back, my waist. Am I too fat? Am I too slim? We worry about so many things. And the interesting thing is, a lot of the things that we worry about do not happen. So you worry about the whole universe, but look at the things that can happen. Less than 10% of the things that we worry about happen. So uncertainty is something that will always be with us. So why should we be so worrisome? Why do we worry? Why are we human beings like this? A lot of the things we worry about do not happen. Studies have shown that 30% of those things are in the past. They can't be changed. We don't forgive ourselves. I'm guilty of it as well. 40% of those things will never happen. 40% of the things we worry about, they will never happen. This is a study. 12% are related to other people's opinion of us, and we can't do anything about it. 10% are health issues, you see? And worrying only makes your health condition worse anyway, right? And then 8% of things are things that need us to take action, meaning that there's just few things that we worry about that we should do something about. So why do human beings worry so much? Why do we worry so much? Why do we kill ourselves with worry? Ask your neighbor, why are you worrying? I can see you, don't think because I'm not there. Ask your neighbor, why are you worrying? Why are you worrying? Okay? We should stop worrying about the things that are going to happen in the future. We should stop worrying about what could happen, what could not happen. I'm not saying that we will not have concerns. We are human beings, we would have concerns. But you really must consciously learn how to manage yourself so that you can deal with the future. Because we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we can control our future to a large extent. And that's what we're talking about here. Take your future into your hand. Take your future into your hand. I want you to stop worrying. Worry does not solve anything. In fact, it makes you miserable. It makes you don't think. If you look at all the things, all the times that you sat down and you're worrying about something, you'll be paralyzed by fear, by worry, by anxiety. You can't even think of solutions. But the day you decide, I beg, I can't come and kill myself, don't worry about this thing again, you will see that you begin to see things differently. It is not theory, it is what we have experienced. I have experienced it. And I'm sure that if you think carefully, there are times in your life that you have experienced what I'm talking about. There are times when you were worrying about something and you said to yourself, you know what, I'm not worrying about this thing again. This is what I can do about it. Maybe you needed to pay some children's school fees or health bills, or you are planning for something and you decide, I've been worrying too much. Okay, let me see how much I have. What can I get from somewhere else? And when you begin to do that, you discover that I was just worrying myself for nothing more. That is what I'm talking about. There will be uncertainties. There will be things that we don't know how they will go. However, we can plan for it. We can control it. And some of these things, we can learn it. Let me share some tips with you on how to deal with uncertainty. The first thing is the future is there, right? And there are so many things we have to do. However, the things that we worry about, that we think we cannot do, you'll be surprised that when you do them, you'll be like, so why was I worrying myself now? Why was I anxious? Why am I giving myself headache? So you need to know that you can do it. Tell your neighbor, you can do it. You can. I mean, there's one that is going on now, right? Nothing is impossible for God. Help me now, NSPDD, right? It says that Jere's mantra that everybody talks about, right? With God, nothing shall be impossible, right? What God can do does, what God cannot do does not exist. Thank you. Yes, so the first thing to do is build resilience. I'm sure that after COVID, you would have been seeing this word, resilience, resilience, resilience. Resilience simply means your ability to bounce back, your ability to deal with issues or situations or conditions when things have gone bad. How do you cope when things go bad? How do you bounce back? That's resilience. You need to build resilience. You need to stop being afraid. Right now, if you take the temperature of people in Nigeria, a lot of people are fearful. We need to break the chains of fear. You need to stop being afraid. You need to build mental toughness. That's your ability to deal with difficult situations. I said to myself, and it took me, I was like 48 or so, when I realized that I needed to build my mental toughness. When we were growing up, I was tough. Then after a while, maybe you got comfortable, you got your job, your growth, and all of a sudden you start to relax. You don't know, it happened to me. And all of a sudden I started relaxing. And then again, I had some setbacks and I just broke down. And I was just saying, what's happening to me? I can't recover. I can't recover. And because I like self-help a lot, I read, I ask questions. I discovered that, come on, Helen, you're no longer tough. You have become soft. You have become soft because you have become successful at some things. You become soft and laid back. I had to tell myself, you have to build your mental toughness again. You have to become strong. You have to bounce back. You have to be able to fight back. When you have challenges, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. What's the meaning of all this? This is me talking to myself. So I had to build mental toughness. I had to stop being afraid. I had to learn to control what I'm thinking of. Because sometimes we just focus all our energy on what will not work, on what has gone bad. And we are not thinking positive thoughts. We are not even engaging. We are punishing ourselves. We don't forgive ourselves. So you have to control what you are thinking. I'm not saying you won't think negative things, but control it. And more importantly, know that not everything is within your control. So you must prepare for it and build a strong support system. Do you have people you can talk to? Who are the people you can talk to? Who can help you to solve your challenges? It's very, very important. So we must build resilience. I want everybody to say resilience. We must build. So if you hear people say resilient business, it just means your ability to bounce back. So my question is, are you resilient? Do you know how to build resilience? Let me share some things with you. As you can see on the screen now, there are different domains of resilience. And this is sort of like what we're going to be dealing with throughout this summit. There are things that we'll be talking about over and over again. If you want to build resilience, you must have direction. You must know where you are going. You must be able to manage yourself. You must be able to manage your composure. Some people, before anything happens, they've told everybody, they've called everybody, they're angry, they're panicking. You must have a problem-solving mindset. How do you reason? Your reasoning must be right. As women, we must take control of our emotions. It's wrong for people to keep saying, oh, she's a woman, she's emotional. A lot of us are changing that narrative, and it's something we must build on. Okay, you must be resourceful, you must anticipate. Look, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And this is why you must have a plan. Take care of yourself, be persistent. If this one doesn't work, try another one. If this doesn't, I wanted to be at Enugu, I couldn't make it for work. And then I have personal emergency. My child is sick. I've not slept for almost two weeks. And I'm saying, God, my head is busting. My brain is, I can't. Should I tell Dr. Joy that I can't do this presentation? And I said, no, you can't tell her you can't do the presentation. You are going to talk about dealing with uncertainty. You are going to talk about social network. What can you do? How can you make sure you deliver on this promise? Because how many people am I going to tell that, oh, my son is sick, oh, I've not been sleeping for how many hours? After a while, people won't call you again. So what do? You have to find a support system. I looked for somebody to help me, took some time off, slept for a while. I woke up and I'm like, okay, yes, now I can do a video call. Because before I was just looking disheveled, scattered and everything. With makeup, people still see swollen face. I said, no, I must do this presentation. So it is something, as I'm telling you, I'm telling myself. It's not something I have not used. As I'm recording this video, he's still there. He's still under care, but I have to do what I have to do. And when I finish, I'll go back to him. And I know he understands, because after, hey, look, son, I have to go and do what I have to do. You'll be well. There's somebody, my sister is staying with him. He's okay. So that we all go through different things, my dear sisters. Life throws us so many difficult situations. And what do? We just must maintain resilience. This is just one. Then you have money issues. As I was, I got so mad. No, I saw my security man. I said, Oga, I can't deal with you and my son. Oh, yeah. Get up. What's wrong with you? I'm not going to fall apart because this is not working, that is not working. What can I do to change it? What is within my control that I can do? That's what resilience is. You need to bounce back. You need to move on. Okay? And another thing we need to do is learn to focus on the present. A lot of us are not even enjoying today because we are thinking about tomorrow. Tomorrow that we have not seen. Do your best for today. If you are somewhere, be present there. Stop worrying. Some of us are somewhere you are worrying about something else. Focus on today. What do you want to achieve now? Focus on it. Focus is a powerful tool. And I'm sure Dr. Joy will tell you some things about that. Focus on the things you can control. Life is hard. Don't come and add negative thoughts to it. Focus. Focus. Tell yourself, focus. Write it down on your notebook. Put it on your chest. I am focusing. Focus. The power of focus is so strong. Even me, I can test. I used to tell people I'm a portfolio worker, but I discovered I was being pulled from different sides. I said, no, I have to say no to some things and just focus on a few things. And I can see the result. I'm less anxious. I'm less stressed. I can focus my energy. So we need to learn to focus, because sometimes when we are not focusing and our mind is in different directions, it increases anxiety and stress. So just focus on what you can control, focus on what you can manage, and stop adding negative things to it. Another thing you need to practice is mindfulness. I'm sure some of us have heard about mindfulness. Mindfulness, in summary, is about being aware of where you are, managing your thoughts, being in control of your environment, of the things happening around you. Pay attention to what you are doing, to what is happening around you. You can be in a place, and if you're not mindful, things will be happening and you don't know. They'll be saying things about you, you don't know. Things will be happening in your house, you don't know. Even things will be happening in your own life, you don't know, because you're not paying attention to things. You're not paying attention to what you're thinking of. You're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're just doing it. You need to become more mindful. Let me give you an example of mindfulness. I used to just go and just, I have been very busy traveling visas. And so I really didn't know a lot of things that was happening around me, even at work. I know the targets I have, but I wasn't paying enough attention to details. I wasn't paying attention to what was happening because I was just doing too many things. The moment I decided to slow down, I started paying attention first to how I think. I looked at all the things I'm doing and I discovered that I'm wasting my time on so many things. I'm like, I don't need all this. What was I thinking? I look at my house, I look at my son, my children, I look at some of my staff, and I'm like, my God, did they use something to cover my eye? Sometimes we'll say they jazz us. They don't jazz you. It's because you're not being mindful. You're not paying attention to the things around you. So you have to become very, very mindful. Know what is happening around you. Be aware of what you are thinking, how you think. Guard your mind. Some people watch news from morning till night. You listen to what everybody is saying. You are on 100 WhatsApp groups. You are making contribution. All those things, they drain you of energy. They take your time. Now I tell people, they say, oh, I called you, you didn't pick. I say, oh, I'm sorry, my phone was on silent. And somebody asked me one day, does your phone have to be on silent every day? I said, yes. I'm sorry, yes. Because I've discovered that the phone has taken my time away from me. My phone is so distractive. It's just taking all of my time. You can ask, what if you have an emergency? I'm sure that within 2 to 3 hours, I can take care of things. I haven't had any adverse situation. Since I decided to always have my phone on silent, I've become more productive. I can focus better. I'm more mindful. Not every time you're pressing your phone is ringing, people are calling you, or one assistant is coming. No, I will attend to things when I want. Even when you call my assistant, say, oh, I want to speak with Mr. Morris. Say, oh, sorry, I'll just give me the message. I'll tell her. So before you know it, so many things will be just pulling you on all sides. I don't want all that anymore. So I'm very, very mindful of how I guard my heart, right? I'm proactive in managing what I can do. I have my plans. I try to stick to it. And I'm learning to say no to a lot of people. Yes, initially it will look like you are going to lose a lot of friends or associates, but after some time, you will be able to focus on what really matters. So I'm learning to be present. I cannot say I'm an expert yet, but I'm learning to be present in what I'm doing. So whatever I'm doing, I'm there. If I'm not there, I'm not there. But once I'm somewhere now, I'm with you 100%. If I'm at a meeting, I'm not touching my phone. My phone is in my bag. You will never see me at a meeting, we are talking and I bring out my phone. No, I will only do that if I'm somewhere, maybe at a party or somewhere where I am idle. But I will never sit with you and you see me bring out my phone. Some people can't get away from their phone. I learn to be present. And then above all, don't overthink things. We think too much. Sometimes, what if? You just create more anxiety for yourself. So you must be mindful. It's very, very important. Learn to live in the present. Learn to enjoy the present. Very, very important. And have a plan for your life. How many of us have personal vision statements? How many of us have personal development plan? Have a plan for your life, for your family, your skills, your interests, your friends. What are the things that are important to you, your values, your goals, your dreams? What are your educational aspirations? Some of us go to school, we have a first degree, and that is it. Sometimes I get to review people's CVs and I'm like, you don't go for training, you don't do anything, this is all you have. Oh, where will I have time for? No, you must be a lifelong learner. So you must be proactive, set goals, review them. Are you achieving your goals? I'll give you an example. This year, I set my goals that I want to accomplish just 3 major things. And all of a sudden, I discover I'm being pulled on different sides. In January, I was good. Oh, people were giving me, I turned them down, say, oh, I just want to finish this project. I'm not doing anything else. By February, by March, I started getting distracted. Why? Because, oh, yeah, okay, I'll give you just one day. And all of a sudden, something that I committed to giving one day to, I'm getting messages almost every day. I had to sit back and say, excuse me, is this thing you are doing going to lead you to your major goal for the year? Everything that will not lead me to my major goal, I just started saying, sorry, I can't do this. Sorry, I'm going out of this. Sorry, I can't do this. Sorry. Oh, can you do this? Sorry, no, I can't. Can you speak? No, I can't. Can you do this? No, I can't. Someone's like, your life is short. I think my life is not shutting down. I'm just focused on a few major goals I have for this year. If I achieve them, by next year, I can continue whatever it is I want to do. So you have to set your goals, but you must also review them. Have an accountability partner who is checking with you. Who are you sitting with to say, hey, this is what I planned for the year, and look at where I am. What can I do if I want to achieve it? You have to know that. Do fun things, laugh, relax, enjoy. What I love about She Speaks and I'm going to miss is the fun part, the play part, the people I will meet, the new friends I would have made. You have to enjoy life. And it's not just about going to parties. Look for a sport, walk, exercise. Forgive yourself. A lot of us don't forgive ourselves. We can forgive everybody, but we don't forgive ourselves. So you have to forgive yourself of the mistakes you've done in the past, because a lot of us say, oh, if only I had known. You didn't know then. And you don't even know how you would deal with what's going to happen tomorrow, only after it has happened. So forgive yourself generously. What has passed has passed. Look at the future. And as we experience small things, we get better at planning, we get better at managing things. Always look at the big picture. It's not always about you and you alone. Your life is bigger than one incident. Oh, so a business failed. Your life is bigger than that. Oh, so you didn't do well in school, but you're a good person. You know how to organize, you know how to cook, you know how to take care of people. Look at the big picture. I have to tell myself some of the things I'm telling you. Now, you don't have to be perfect for everybody. Things don't have to be well all the time. Forgive yourself. Look at the big picture. And you know what? Everything will be okay. You know what they say? Last, will be all right. Forgive yourself. Last, you'll be all right. And so that brings me to the end of my session. But before I go, we are going to have some action learning. And this is where we now sit down as individuals and do some work. Tell me about the things you worry about. Write it down. What are the things you worry about? So these are an example. Family, my husband, my children. How will I deal with it? Write it down. Friends, what do you worry about? Sometimes how do I take care of them? What do they need? How will you deal with it? Write it down. Your foes, what are the details? How will you deal with it? Write it down. Future, feelings, finances, fitnesses, write it down. That is what we're going to do for the next 10 minutes, and then we'll do some experience sharing and debriefing. So Dr. Joy is going to take over from here. She will monitor your exercises, and I'll also be watching. Thank you very much, everyone. My heart is with you in Enugu. Be strong. Thank you. Thank you so much.